Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een amma ba'd. So last time I was talking about how life cannot come randomly. The chances of life coming randomly, that is almost impossible. And I was talking about how one organism, it goes through changes that you call evolution. It goes through changes. The changes doesn't happen by itself. It doesn't have the power to do it. Rather, God does it. Now, I want to talk about something a little bit more. You see, when the scientists talk about evolution and they give living proof of evolution in the classes, that is what they do. They will tell you that if you look at dogs, many years ago, thousands of years ago, there was not many breeds of dogs. There are not many kinds. But now if you look at the dogs, you're going to see so many different kinds. Why? Because people selectively bred them. What does that mean? It means, suppose you have a dog and you want to have it that it looks small. So you're going to pick the smallest of the dogs out of all the dogs you have, and you're going to breed them so that you can gradually, after years and years of breeding, you have the smallest size of dog. You want to have a dog that looks that is like have lots of hair on its body. You're gonna find dogs that have more hair, and you're gonna breed those dogs, and suddenly later on, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe even 100 generations later of the dog, you're gonna have dogs with so much hair that is literally gonna look like a sheep. They're gonna give you an example like that and say, see, naturally it happens. And naturally when it happens, we call it natural selection. We understand that, very obvious. But does the dog change into a tiger? It doesn't happen. It never happened. That is what doesn't go in the brains of the students when they go to those classes. They will think that if that is the case, it makes so much sense. If you need vaccination every single year for influenza virus is changing. You are in the generation where corona is right now, and you need vaccination. You needed 2 doses, and then you heard that you need boosters all of a sudden, and then now you are hearing here and there that you need vaccine every single year. You see, corona didn't turn into HIV virus. Corona is still coronavirus. It's just that it went through mutations, but the thing is, it is still the same species. Many people, many students don't understand when they go to those classes. So the scientists use examples of this kind of evolution, which is called microevolution, and they want to prove using that macroevolution, meaning one organism changing to another organism. That does not happen. You do not have a living proof of that happening. You put fossils here and there and say, see, the fossils are similar, and so therefore it is a species in between. But the thing is that you're looking at the bones, you look at the fossils, but that is not conclusive evidence. Let me tell you how so. The scientists are saying, for example, for humans, which is the most important thing if you think about how they tackle religion. Like, they will tackle religion by saying that, okay, human beings came from ape, so therefore there is no special origin of human beings. For example, in every single religion, you're gonna see human beings are special, right? And therefore, they're specially made and everything. But scientists say, no, we're not special, we came from primates. And they're gonna give you examples of, okay, before you, there were Neanderthals that used to live, and Homo sapiens, human beings right now, they used to live in the same age. But the thing is that when we talk about different species, everyone knows what a different species means in biology. It means that a different species is that you cannot have a fertile offspring from these organisms. If both of these mate, the offspring that you will find, if it is not fertile, then that is a different species. For example, you can have horse and you can have a donkey. They can mate. You will have a mule, but the mule cannot breed anymore. So therefore, donkey and horse is a different species. That is what biological species mean in definition. But when you think about Neanderthal, if you think about Denisovans and Homo sapiens, they used to live in the same time period for a period of time, and they used to breed, and they also had fertile offspring. What does it tell you? The scientists are saying they are different species because the skeleton shape looks kind of different. You see, according to your definition, they're same species. Yes, the bone structure looks different, so what? Let me give you an example. I was talking about the dogs earlier. The dogs are same species. They can make fertile offspring. You can literally find dogs that are humongous. And you can find dogs that are really tiny, like this size. Are they different species? They're not. Although if you found the skeletons of those, the skeletons would look absolutely different. The skeleton, when you look at them, it will look absolutely different, but they're not different species. They're exactly the same species. That is what we have to understand. Just because the fossils look different, the scientists will say, oh look, they're different species, they're kind of different, their brain sizes are different. So what, their brain sizes are different, they made fertile offspring. So there are many things that people don't understand when they look at those scientific data, unless you really back check what is going on. So this is the thing about evolution, how some scientists want to put the data in a different angle to deceive some people. Now I want to talk about something that comes from this argument. Suppose you believe that human beings are just random. They came from primates. Primates came from a different species, and from one species came another species. In that way, you have human beings, random, according to the scientists. If that is the case, do you understand that you cannot prove morality? There is literally no point of morality, meaning that you cannot say that this is right, this is wrong. You cannot say it. Why can't you say it? If you say that, what is it called? You came from primates, you came from another species, you are just like any other organisms in this planet, it means your value and a value of a fish is same. Literally same. That is what it means. So if you can kill a fish, another human killing you doesn't really make much difference because you're just like an organism like that. If you steal, no one can prove to you that is wrong. Like someone stole, someone raped, that is not wrong. Why is that not wrong? Because you're gonna say that if you look at the nature, you're gonna see, like if you went to a cow farm or something, you're gonna see one cow literally forcing itself onto another cow. And pretty much that is what is happening. Do you see that cow going to jail? Do you see another cow judging that cow? No, you don't. What is going on? What is going on is that is what happens in there. That is very normal in the nature. But if you think about that and say that, okay, you know what, we came from different species, and we evolved from one species to another species, and there is no God, if you think that, then you cannot really prove that rape, killing, stealing, anything is bad. You might say that, oh, most people think it is, but why do most people think it's bad? So what? Most people think it's bad, so what? What is the value? What does it have any kind of value? If suppose most of the people in one place think that cannibalism is okay, and you know that for a fact that there are still tribes that kill another human being to eat. They're doing it and they don't really think it's bad. So are you gonna say cannibalism is okay? Killing and eating another human being is okay? So therefore, like, if you don't believe that you came to this world for a purpose and you were not created by God, you can literally not prove anything in this world is good or bad. You can't. Although human beings are the only organism in this planet that has this kind of feeling of good or bad, and they actually follow through it. Meaning, someone did something bad, they're gonna try to persecute that person, put him in jail, or like execute that person, something like that. In every single situation you're gonna see. You were created different. You are not like any other organism. It is very obvious if you look at this world that you are different than any other organism. You are not like a primate. You're not like a chimpanzee. You're not the same. You are literally, when you think about your mouth, you know the purpose of your mouth. What does the mouth do? When you look at your eyes, you know what the purpose of eye is, that the eyes, they see. But when you are thinking about yourself, for some reason, the scientists made it so that you don't have a purpose. Even the smallest thing in your body has a purpose. Even your nails have purpose, and even the single hair of your body has purpose. But for some reason, it makes more sense to many of us out there that we as a whole don't have purpose, even though the smallest thing in this world has purpose. You see, every single thing in this world is dependent upon another thing. Like when you think about the trees, right? The trees. Organisms are dependent upon the trees because the trees make oxygen as a byproduct. You need that. They have a purpose. If you look at the sea has a purpose. The water of the sea has a purpose. Yes, you cannot drink it, but do you not understand that in the sea, where you cannot drink the water at all, there are like trillions upon trillions, countless amount of phytoplanktons out there that are making oxygen more than the trees combined. All the trees combined. That is the case. Every single, even the smallest thing, the phytoplanktons, you can't even see them properly, but they have a purpose. But for some reason, someone made you think that even though an ant has a purpose in this world, you don't. That is just stupidity. That is absurd. That does not make sense. This life cannot exist by chance. This world cannot exist by chance. Everything has a purpose. And just like that, God made you, God made life, and God created every single thing. And because He created every single thing, as you can see, even the smallest thing has purpose. So therefore, you have a purpose. And what is that purpose? That is what we're gonna talk about in the next video.